We're going to go on a wonderful tour back in time, as some of these clocks may suggest. And this being spun in the clock-making quarter of Coventry for a long, long time, we'll be going back to various places, and we travelled back all the way to Lady Godiva's day and beyond to tales that have been spun by men who live in Spon End. We'll have stories along the way. There'll be weaving demonstrations and cake, you'll be nice to know. But before we have cake, we'll be going along and eating cheese and onion sandwiches, hopefully. And we may be donning many, many hats along the way in a play that's been written and will be done in 3 parts in 3 different, very secret and clandestine locations. But we'll introduce you to Spon End in a way that you've never seen it before. And if you've never seen it before, this is the best way to see it.
Elu's heart was beating fast. He'd been in the forest, but he decided to stray. Stamping. Fire!
We, in a deep dark forest, in a faraway land, India. And this special monkey can grow tall, ever so tall, and fall like a walking man. And he was very, very proud. And the forest was full of wild animals. The pig, elephant, the lion. Louder, louder, louder. And Magic Monkey holding the sun said, "Oh, lovely wind is blowing." And Magic Monkey's father said, "Give the sun back to the sky. Please, look at the animals." So Magic Monkey looked at the dark sky and gave a loud cough. Can you do with me? Ah!
Imagination Reading Company, ladies and gentlemen. And this is an award-winning company, and the award has been given by no one less than the Queen for their services to children and to storytelling. And that's what Spon Spun Story Festival is all about, celebrating Spon End and the stories that have woven their way through time until now and been handed down from generation to generation and have been told so well to us today. Thank you so much. It's really wonderful to have you come along and join us at the Spon Spun Festival. It's an excellent tradition that is being started again and will hopefully continue on from now through time. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a wonderful journey down Spon Street into one of the oldest churches in the areas, back up into one of the oldest pubs in the areas, round through to some of the community centres in Coventry and some of the in Spon End, and over to the Weaver's Cottage, which is only open 7 days a year, and we have the joy of going in there and eating cake and seeing weaving demonstrations. And along the way, there'll be 2 more performances from the group here, and 1 play that will go on in different venues.
I've run an art trail twice in Earlston. It's a bigger thing.
And they say, down with that sort of thing. Down with that sort of thing.
Going back. To what degree? Yeah. When they saw these people, yeah.
Mehi Adonai, O se shamayim, va'aretz, el yatem lamodran lecha, el yanum shomrecha, hine lo yanum, va'lo isham. People from all the villages and the towns beyond who thronged to come to that knoll with this little broken down wall to hear the man sing. And they came as they did for the men who would dance too, and many would dance with them. and they came to hear the storytellers tell stories. Oh, what's close? Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. So we're going to go into the windmill, but I'd like you to note what the name of that road is.
Watch close.
Watch close, because this was the watchmaking quarter of Spon.
This is going to be quite tricky.
So Owen will introduce us to the play, and we will be the players. We'll do a very short 5-minute read-through of a portion of his play, and it's really funny and fun. So join in.
Okay, well, does anybody want to be Mayor William Bristow?
William Bristow.
You can be the mayor.
There you go.
We're Coventry Men's Shed. The project is a project that is aimed at men that are in social isolation. We also work with clients that are in various stages of recovery from drunk and alcohol, and drugs and alcohol, I should say. Also, we work with males with mental health issues. And we're Coventry Men's Shed. This project is called Crafty Blokes.
We're having an open day today here at the Weaver's House in Upper Spon Street to advertise the work and times of John Croke, a wool weaver who lived here in the 1540s.
Oh, well, we've been it's quite a tricky little thing to paper, but whereabouts do you live? All right, read all about it. Read all about it.
The scenery's the narrator too, you know, so that's okay.
The story I'm going to tell you, it is from a very hot place in India, and it's called Rajasthan. And that is a picturesque place where women who have never gone to school, college or university, who look after their nature in 29 ways. That means if you go to the village, you will find the women opening the window and looking. And it is a true story. If they find that you are going to hold a deer, which is very important in Rajasthan, called chital deer, and many people poach it. So they are very shy, and they will come out of the house straight away and say, leave the deer, leave the forest. We believe in maintaining our trees and animals in the village. Very recently, some actors went there to steal the chital deer, and they were successful. They were put into jail because pressure came from the ladies of the village. The story I'm going to tell you, it is a true story, and where the woman or the grandma of the village lost her life. So it is about a forest which all these women grew trees. See if you can do with me. And I see your hands. And there were blossoms.
Yeah.
And where there are trees, we see a lake or a pond. So near the forest, there was a lake. In the lake, can I see your hands again? There were lovely lotus flowers. Sometimes the birds will come and drink and fly away. Can you do the birds with me? And the women absolutely adored the trees. Evening will come, they will take their veil, they will light a lamp, Thank you. They light a lamp and they will pray. One day they were holding their diva's lamp and they were praying. Suddenly they put their veil ever so long and they looked. Came a few soldiers. Can you use your feet? And all the women were near the forest. And the soldiers stopped. They put their veil again and said, "Move! Move? Why?" said the grandma. "Move. We want to chop the trees. We came from the king." And the women said, "No way." They ran, and the women just hugged the trees, didn't move. King said, "I am telling all the kings in different states of India not to come to the village and destroy your trees. Women, I respect you." And then the women at once chanted in Sanskrit, and that is the end of the story. I want your hands. The women said, "Madhubata ditayate, madhushkaranti sindhava." The women said, "Look, the air is sweet. Look at the water. They are also sweet and special. Without them we cannot survive. Where there are trees, you will find water. And we need, it is the hottest part of India, part of it is covered by sand. King, we thank you that you saved our trees." It's called Hugging Trees. The movement is all over India by the women who had no education. So it is growing and growing. And I was fortunate enough to take part in Rajasthan. And it's very dear to me. Thank you.
Go on past, don't knock the camera.
It will be a different experience.
Oh, on the clock. Yes. Cool. Hi, folks. What's up, Eva?
Thank you.
I'll just draw your attention to this amazing picture that someone's captured in time. So this gives you an idea of the actual work going on, and women being empowered in the most amazing way to be able to work and earn their own living. Locally, it became a bit of a joke because the women, for the first time ever, had disposable income. And with that disposable income, it meant that they could go to the bar and have a drink. and so this was for a time not called Spon End, but Monkey Lane. Got it, okay, don't worry. Don't go away, stay with me.
I've been studying from quite a young age art, and I've been really interested in what blocks can do and what they can't, based on random placement. I'm really interested in random placement, and I've been looking at a lot of artists that have been interested in automatic drawing and art to do with automatic drawing. Surrealism particularly, because that's what our automatism came from. I'm really interested in working in the future with people that want to work with people with disabilities or people with disadvantages or things that might, because my work might encourage them to sort of process their ideas differently or think differently, which is what I want to try and encourage.
You commentarians are a right raggy lot.
Fighting too good. Larry?
Larry.
It is so important to these people that you speak the words so all know that it is law. Reading the scroll.
To the citizens of Coventry, by the authority endowed by me, my daddy the king, I decree the common land of the city being closed and become the property of Mayor William Bristow.
Super. Excellent, Victor, you've done well.
And now, you must read it.
Don't want to bother with the boring bit of reading. Can't I just grunt you the petition?
For the petition to be law, it has to be read out in public, most oral royal.
I will read it after I have seen the play. Some photographs which she has done beautifully well of the Spon Spun venues, and also we captured a few quotes from people about the venues. So we're going to show them tonight. We've had a few software problems, so they're not in the presentation form that we want to. They will be at the Albany and at the exhibition, because we will have, from the 21st of May to the 31st, we will be exhibiting art from the art trail that's been on today in the City Arcadia Festival. Places you may know. I know something about you. I know.